Rick, how are you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's good.
That's good.
So I was wondering, I have an assignment for biology that I could really use some help with, and if you were willing, that would be great.
I mean, I'm not great with bio,
That's fine.
but I can help out, I
I
guess.
mean, I just have to make this poster of the 7 taxonomic levels of classification,
Oh,
and
okay.
I just need someone with really great handwriting.
Alright, sure.
Okay, well, go ahead. And if you want to make it colorful.
Ooh, first grade.
Yeah, got some crowns.
I missed that.
Yeah.
So what are we doing exactly?
So we're going to make a poster of the 7 levels of Linnaean classification. Do you know anything about that?
Not really.
Not really?
They put the animals into it,
Right.
but
So do you know how many different animals there are on this planet? Animals, organisms, anything living?
thousands?
There's actually way more than that. You have a bigger guess?
Wait, more than thousands?
More than thousands.
Millions?
Millions? Scientists are actually finding new organisms each and every day. So do you think it would be hard to keep them all straight?
Probably.
Yeah. So why do you think they invented this system then?
Kind of keep them organized, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Keep them
can,
organized. Yep.
like, break them into different, like, how they look, how they
Mhm.
act.
Yep. So you're grouping animals based on their genetic relationships to each other.
Okay.
So it just makes it really easy. It's kind of like a filing cabinet. So if it's really organized, you can get whatever information that you need really quickly, versus if it's all scattered out, you have to dig. It's just wasting time.
Right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So the first level, do you know what that is?
I do not.
It is actually kingdom. And do you think it would be the broadest level or the most specific level?
Probably the broadest.
Why do you think that is? And you are writing in yellow.
Yes, I am.
Oh, goodness. All right. You want to pick
Should
a
I
different?
get a different
Yeah,
color?
yeah. Yellow and yellow. That's great.
Lemon yellow.
Oh my gosh. Red.
Alright, so what am I
Okay.
writing?
Okay, so the first thing is going to be kingdom, right? Because that's the broadest.
Should I make it like big? Should I just half
You know,
it,
why
or-
don't you keep it towards this side, but just make sure it all lines up?
Okay.
Okay. So do you know
Alright.
anything about how the system was developed?
Not even the slightest.
Okay, so there was a guy named Carl von Linné,
Okay.
and he went through and he saw all of these different animals, okay, and he was like, I want to have one specific name for them. So for example, say I saw a purple butterfly and I said, oh, I'm going to name it this, but you saw the exact same one and you didn't know that I already named it. So you would do your own thing, and then we would think that there's 2 separate species, but really there's not. So
Okay.
he created this universal system of classification that's used all over the world, and he also created it using Latin. So why do you think that is?
Well, because Latin is the language of science.
Mm-hmm. And why is that? Have you ever thought about that?
I mean, not really, honestly.
Well, we chose Latin because it's a dead language. Do you know what that means?
Nobody speaks it.
Exactly. Nobody speaks it. So what do you think the benefit is of using a language that no one in the world speaks anymore?
I didn't think of any benefits.
Well, our language is constantly changing, right? The English languages.
Okay.
So, for example, when our parents were young, they used to say something was bad when we would say it was cool. Now, what do we mean now when we say something's bad?
Not good.
Exactly. So he didn't want the meaning of these words to be changing over time. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense? Right.
Yeah, that does.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
So
what is the next thingy?
phylum.
Phylum. Okay.
Okay. Now, is phylum more specific or less specific than kingdom?
More specific.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So kingdom is as general as it gets, and each level it gets smaller and smaller.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's just finish this.
Okay, and then we can explain it more.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what's next?
Class
Class.
comes next. Order.
Okay. Order.
I like your color choice. It's good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You can can see it, right?
Yeah, that was
It's not,
good.
It's not yellow.
Take out the yellows. Family.
Oh, they're like, so a mommy animal, a daddy animal, and a baby animal?
Yep. You're kooky. Genus. And genus is always capitalized.
Always capitalized.
Right.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yes, I can. That's fine. And then last, do you know the last one?
Species.
Exactly. So you do
Alright.
know something about 7 levels of taxonomy.
I'll be honest, that was a complete guess.
Oh, well, good guess.
Freaking Saturn green. Can't see that. Get out of here.
All right, excellent. So, do you feel like you understand this?
No.
You know,
All I see is like seven words right now.
all right.
So,
Well, you know, when I was trying to learn it, it was really confusing too.
Yeah.
So I came up with this model that really helped me out. If you want, I can show you.
sure.
Okay. So, have you ever heard of a Russian nesting doll?
Those things that like you pull them out.
Yeah,
It's like the thing.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So I made my own little Russian nesting doll of the 7 taxonomic levels.
Okay.
Okay. So first we have kingdom. Okay.
Right.
And it's the biggest and it's on the outside and it also has all of the other nesting dolls or levels on the inside. Meaning it encompasses everything.
Okay.
Do you see them in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have kingdom.
So
After
we have
that,
kingdom.
you
Pull
have
that away. We have phylum.
exactly.
All right.
So does that make sense? So phylum, everything in the phylum is in the same kingdom, but after that, do you think it necessarily means that they're all the same?
No. So like, you mean there can be like different classes
Exactly.
in the same phylum?
Yes, that's right.
Because like, okay.
Okay, is it starting to make sense?
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, so then we have class,
So then after class, there's order.
right?
So the things in the same order, all orders are in the same class.
Mm-hmm. But whatever
not
comes.
Not everything in the class is in the same order.
So have you taken geometry yet?
Yes.
So it's kind of like saying all squares are rectangles,
Okay.
but
Not all rectangles are squares.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
So like then after order,
We have
we are family. All of the genus and species remain.
that was cute. Yeah. All right.
All right.
So we
cool.
have everything lined up. Are you grasping this a little bit
Yeah,
better?
I think so.
All right. So I know this is a really hard order to remember. It's a lot of words, right?
Yeah.
So do you
there's
think
7 of them.
is there something that we can do to help us remember which order they come in?
I mean, we
Maybe
could-
like make a mnemonic device.
mnemonic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and grab one of these and then you want to write a sentence together to help us remember it?
Sure.
Okay. So what do you want it to be about?
King penguins.
Okay.
Let's see.
King penguins. What about
Can
can?
often
Sure.
form generalized speeches.
Excellent. If that helps you, write that down on the side.
King.
I'm gonna clean this up, okay?
Okay.
That's
Can often formulate
formulate.
generalized speeches.
Well, great. Well, here's my poster.
All right.
Okay. And then I just
Done.
we have a second part of the assignment. Are you ready? You want to help me with that still?
Second part, is it like more complicated?
Well, not necessarily more complicated, but it just builds on what we already know. It's more
Okay.
like applying the knowledge.
I mean, I
Think you
feel
can
like I have
handle
a
it?
grasp on this.
You have a good grasp, so do you think you're
So-
ready to take
Yes.
it to the next level? All right. Here we go. All right. So my professor gave me this. It's the 7 levels of taxonomy for humans,
Okay.
and I'll just stick that right there. What he gave us are several different organisms in the world, okay?
Okay.
And we're trying to find the one that is the most related to humans, as well as put them on a tree. Have you ever, are you familiar with the
Like
concept?
a family, like tree of life
Yes,
thing?
exactly,
Okay.
tree of life thing, based on how closely they're related to the human. Does that make sense what we're doing?
Kinda.
Okay, so here's what we have to group.
All
You want to
right.
go ahead and read those?
Gorilla,
Gorilla,
domestic horse,
right?
Angolan python,
Excellent. Did you grab two there?
goldfish, robin, and hydrangea.
Okay. So right off the bat, which one can you tell does not belong with this group?
Probably hydrangea,
And why do you think that is?
because it's a plant.
It's a plant, right? And all of these are in kingdom.
Animalia.
Right. So we're going to take that one out. It is the least related to human.
Right.
Okay.
So by looking at it, I don't know, it seems like gorilla and human have the most in common, like all the way down to family.
Right. So how did you determine that they have the most in common? You read it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are we going to go ahead and make the safe assumption that gorillas are most related to humans?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I brought some string.
Okay.
Okay. You can pick whichever colors you want. But because they're super related, it wouldn't be neat if we used the same color to show that.
It would, yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Pick whichever color you want. Green.
Green. Oh, cool. I grabbed two.
Awesome.
So like just
Uh-huh.
kind of,
Yeah, we're just showing that they're related.
okay.
Excellent.
Cool.
Okay. And so we're saving hydrangea.
Right.
Okay. So next, what are humans and gorillas? What do they both have in common? Like, what would we say that we are?
Primates.
Primates? A little bit more general than that.
Animals.
More specific than
More
that.
specific.
Check out the class
Class.
of human.
Mammals.
Mammals. Okay, so what is the characteristics of a mammal?
Oh, I mean, they have hair. They
Mhm.
produce milk.
Uh-huh. They give birth to live young.
Live young.
Exactly. So
Okay.
which of these also has all of those features?
Well, I'm going to assume domestic horse,
Right.
since it says mammal.
Exactly. So where would we put this on the tree?
Well, it's not like in the same family.
It's not in the same
so
family.
kind of just off here, not
Sure.
really related. But
And what color string would you use to show that?
I don't know. Let's do yellow.
Okay. Do you need two yellows?
Do we need two yellows?
Do you want two yellows or use one good?
Well, can we just connect them here?
Well, that's fine. Okay, so we're left with these three organisms that are really similar, right?
Right.
Okay, so how do you think that you're going to be able to tell which ones are more evolved?
Right. Well, I mean, if I had to guess, I would say the python and the goldfish
Okay,
are more closely related because they both have scales.
that's good. They both have scales.
Right.
That's
and the
true.
Bird has feathers.
Uh-huh.
So
Now, what do you think feathers are? Have you ever looked at a bird's feet?
no, I haven't.
No? They actually have scales on them.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So, what do you think that means about a bird's evolutionary relationship to both a fish and a snake?
So they're actually closely related.
They're pretty closely related, but for the sake of this, we're going to say that, which one do you think is the most advanced?
The bird.
The bird.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put the bird over here,
Okay.
okay? And then followed by, what do you think?
All right. Well, if the bird breathes air
Mm-hmm.
and the snake breathes air,
That's, yeah,
can
good
we say
point.
that they?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to put that there because we're running out of table room?
Sure. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
And then,
So then goldfish and then
and then hydrangea.
So,
Go ahead and place the string.
all right. So we put these together
Mm-hmm.
because they're kind of related,
Yes.
but different than the mammals.
Right, so we use a different color string.
Gotcha. So that's that good.
Mm-hmm. Looks great.
Okay. Then the fish is kind of related, but not really.
Right, so different color string.
Right. And then the hydrangea is just kind of off by itself. I used green, so let's use red. Or blue.
Or blue.
Blue works.
So hydrangea is completely off by itself.
Hydrangea's a plant.
Excellent. So what have you learned today about the 7 taxonomic levels of classification?
Well, it's basically a Russian nesting doll.
Right.
that we can put like all the animals into, but not just animals, plants apparently.
All living organisms.
All living organisms.
Right.
Okay, so it's like a filing cabinet we can put things in, and then kind of sift through based on how they're related.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So makes it easier for scientists.
Yeah.
Right. And you said that you weren't good at biology.
I'm not. I just.
But you understand this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
I've had worse.
Well, good job.